Hive number 2, beginning beekeeping in Texas. I am saving the wax. I'm going to see if I can render some of it. Let's see how these girls are doing. These were a nuke. Let's do that. They should not need any smoke. There's a lot of them up top. Maybe because of that pollen I put up there. It's always possible. See if I can get you a little more in the action there. In the action is where you want to be. So this is almost mid-August. Pretty close. We're going to see what they're doing with this honey super. It's been 2 weeks since I've invaded. They're getting pretty full. And there are a ton of them on every frame. So in case you missed that, this is how you clear a frame, lid. Take your hand and you hit your other hand, and that creates a very sharp, very forceful hit, instead of just kind of tapping and then, well, I don't know whether they're not falling off. You just 2 hits and they all go off. That's some awesome propolis. That's a lot. Use it over here on the flow hives instead of seem to be having ant problems. Okay, let's check this out. This might be a good candidate for my 9 frame and a 10 frame thing we got going on. Man, they love the propolis. I can see though that they haven't capped any of it. Just from here, I'll show you. So you can look down in there and you see how you see open frames. Open frames are open cells, open cells, open cells. That's because they haven't capped it yet. And if they haven't capped the top, they really haven't capped the bottom. So there's that. So let's dig a little deeper, shall we? See what we can find. No, I'm not going to mess with the frames. Unless unless they're obviously not doing anything with them. Man, this hive loves propolis. Holy crap. Oh. They love the propolis. Okay. I'm not really a fan of all this ladder comb because all they do is get caught in there and die. When I put the other frames on, or the other box, especially these really tall ones like this, I just try to get it out of there so that nobody gets hurt. None of them get dead. Come on, little girl, you gotta move. Okay, looking better. Okay, let's see what we got. So we got top is capped. Yeah, if you see those little drips, that's sweat, because this is hot work. And I am just sweating like crazy. Did I mention that I love this hook? I love this hook. It's the best. Hive tool with a hook. That's what you want. So I'm really trying not to crush anybody. Okay, see, they're doing this weird. That is not correct. I might just have to take this one. I mean, they're filling it very shallowly. That's okay, but this one, they're saying these are capped and they're barely above, they're not even above the line there. See that? See how shallow that is? It's just strange. I don't really like it. I'm not going to harvest it, I just didn't want them on it. Hive beetle, dead. Okay, cool. So we'll lean that over there. Lots of propolis, lots and lots. This hive is definitely sealed up. That's a good thing, that's what you want to see. Oh, I see why they're doing that. Any guesses? Leave some in the comments. Don't cheat and go ahead. Why would they make their comb so wonky like that? Very shallow, then deep, then shallow, then barely at all. Why would they do that? Little beekeeper quiz for you. Okay, I'm going to show you the frame, and then you can explain, and then I'll explain. And that is a full frame. So can you see? Do you see any differences? So I'm going to show it to you this way. You see? Okay. Leave a comment below. It's very filled out here and very shallow here. Now, if you remember the other frame, it was the opposite. So this frame got drawn out first, And then they kind of started working on the other frame, so they met. And then this frame went huge and the other frame went little itty bitty. So this is very shallow on the other side, very deep on the other side. That's why they're doing that. And that's why they capped it, because there was nowhere to go. Well, that's why. So I will harvest this, just to give them a little more room to work. The whole frame vibrates because it's so full of honey. Now all these girls that are feeding, you just want to gently nudge them away, because otherwise you rip their head off inside the cell, and that's not a good time for anybody, especially the bee. I'll tell you what, we're going to get our horsehair brush and just gently brush them off. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Now we're going to replace this one with this one. So this has been extracted, cut pretty cleanly, so they should just be able to fill it, fix it, fill it, and be done. Hive beetle. There's not a lot. I mean, usually you kind of find them. Oh, there you go, little girl. See if we can help you out. You get stuck in your own propolis. There you go. Well, while we have these out, let's do a little bit more of an inspection. Fantastic. So this should be full, because the opposite side is full. Full. We're going to leave this one for them. Now I'm kind of wondering, let's find out. Here comes the experimenting. If I put this one back, see how this one, remember how that one was so full? Hive beetle. You remember how this one, the other one was so full facing it that this barely had any room to grow. Now let's see if they tear it down and fix it, or if they just leave it alone. So that one is full on both sides. Somebody's head's getting squished. Don't want that. Now, do you see the difference in temperament between this one and the other one? Now, I smoked the other one. I have not smoked this one. They don't need it. I've only had them come after me one. Actually, this one never has. This hive has never come after me. And I move slow. I move deliberately. Oh, there's a lot of brood. See all that brood still in that one? So that one's staying. And there's all honey on that side. There was brood. You see how dark that comb is underneath the honey? That was brood, but now it's not. So you can tell they're progressing into honey storage rather than brood rearing, which is what you want now. I mean, the summer solstice is past, and they work by the sun, so I get a little testy there. Oh, I had one stuck in my fingers. So I'm going to say brood, brood, brood. Let's see what we got in this one. Okay. So I think this is one that I put in to replace one that I took. And they're drawing out the cells. Fresh white comb on both sides. And that just barely capping the top. So they are getting nectar, and they are still making honey. So that's what I wanted to see from this, was if they're still making honey. If there's still a flow, here there is. I think there's actually a renewed flow because I just saw a bunch of little purple flowers all over this field with the cows. Come on, I see you in there. You gotta get out. There you go. I don't want to separate those. That's one reason why I try to keep the frames together is as soon as a space opens up, they fill it. It's almost instant. Oh, a space. Let's go see. Okay, I think I'm going to have to smoke them so that get out of the way. I like to smoke them to move them. Then they get out of all the little crevices and go down into the hive. That sounded bad, but it wasn't a bee. Alright. So the second from the right in. That's a extracted frame. They're going to get to have fun with. Now that should fix the problems on this other side, so we'll see. Okay, let's put the super back on. Let's get them down in the hive. Okay, it's all squared up, looks good. See, now that you put that super on the top cover, there's going to be hive beetles on that top cover. And you look, the bees are chasing them. You just got to squish them and avoid the bees. And that's what I'm doing right now. So there was about 4 on there. Oh, 2 more on the other side, 3 more on the other side. I believe these are hygienic bees because they are chasing them. They are biting them. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.